Pages.
Yeah, we're doing it live. Paraglidingtalk.com. Welcome to the show. New Year's Eve special show. Oh yeah, paraglidingtalk.com. Glad you're logging in. Welcome from all around the world. If you're on the show tonight, you are world famous. Paraglidingtalk.com. So glad you're here. We're going to talk about all kinds of good stuff. Welcome. Glad that you're here. You found the greatest place to come and talk about paragliding and paramotoring all across the interwebs. I'm just trying to clean up my mess here. Just landed just a few minutes ago from flying in sunny Southern California, and it was amazing. Got up to about 3,000 feet or so, and we were chasing clouds, and then all the clouds disappeared, and then on the way back, we didn't quite make it back. Landed in somebody's yard, and if you're watching, I apologize for smashing down your grass. We had a great flight, but it was right to the last minute, so I'm a little disheveled, but glad that you're here. So tonight's show's a special one. We're gonna do open topic, so we're gonna talk about what you want to talk about. So if you're in the chat tonight, you're in the right place. Thank you for chiming in. We've got a couple extra people on the show tonight. Bob Garber's with us, one of the moderators. He's actually chiming in from outer space tonight. And then also Mike Still is with us. So also known as Mike S. in the chat. You've probably seen him with a tool next to his name. He's one of the first moderators of the show. And so New Year's, and I wanted to invite him to come on. So this is his first time, so welcome him. Nick Fasakis with us. Craig Taylor is in a war zone in southern Florida. And also Anthony Peregringo, he's with us. And
Happy New Year!
Just north of the southern border, and right next to where the wall just got completed. And
barely.
So, yeah, just barely made the cut in America. So I'm glad he's with us. Sean Napsker's with us. And if I know him well enough, he's got your name in a spinny wheel of winning things. So we'll be giving some stuff away tonight. So glad you're here. You're in the right place. Real quick order of business. Wanted to give a shout out to paramotorprops.com. Paramotorprops.com. If you're looking for great deals on props, maybe you blow one up, or maybe you broke one, or you just want to step it up a notch and go 3-blade, reach out to them. The website is paramotorprop.com, paramotorprops.com. So there is an S in there. Also, ppgsmoke.com. Go check out their website. Ryan Roberts runs that organization. Pretty awesome stuff. He's just came out with some headphones that do all kinds of cool stuff. Go check out his website. Go check out the details on that, and you will not be disappointed. That is ppgsmoke.com. Also, the show is brought to you by paraorangeproducts.com. It is our first sponsor of the show. So really appreciate those guys over there, the Bag Lady and Larry. So go check out their website and support them. If you want to support the show as a sponsor, there's a couple things that you can do. You can go to the website, and you can reach out to me in the contact section and say, hey, I want to advertise on your show. And it's very, very reasonable. Hey, saw that, lady. And excuse me. If you want to do that, reach out to me on the website. The website is paraglidingtalk.com. It's good. It really is. I just got a dry spot in my throat. So I want to kick the show off tonight. First of all, to say I'm really excited about putting 2020 in the bag. Get rid of that one. Okay, we'll burn that one in the fire. And I do want to say special things I was thinking about as I was driving down the hill, that man, such a cool group of people that have been following us around and watching the channel, and not just the show, but also the channel, and just good comments and good feedback. And you guys are just awesome. So I just want to say special thanks. Really appreciate everybody who's been supporting, and just, even with just the comments. Hey, you simmer down. Yeah. I
Was
don't
it
think she
Aaron?
realized how good this microphone works. Yeah, she ran away.
Oh, she
Yeah,
was wishing us a happy new year.
yeah, she was, but she
Tell her to come
doesn't
to
want to be
the
on.
chat. We haven't heard the cash register ring in a while.
She said it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
It stopped working. You know, Josh Bowden told me the same thing. He was going to donate and it didn't work. And so if that happens, just go to Patreon. And I want you guys to know I'm really close to getting a motor and I got plans.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to happen. So I kind of want to talk about a little bit about airspace like we did in the last episode. Let me just get my stuff together here. Oh, yeah. Lots of
Yeah,
people in the
airspace
chat.
was a good topic and had a lot of questions. We probably didn't answer all of them.
No, definitely did not.
There's a lot of new people out there that come from other sports that have nothing to do or don't know anything about airspace. So this is definitely helpful for them.
Yeah. It's important for the future of the sport for everybody to really understand airspace. And I, being honest, I think I mentioned in the last show, because my lack of knowledge, I kind of strayed away from the conversation. I didn't want to really talk about it, and because I just thought, wow, I don't know much. And I still, it is a weakness because you feel justified to fly in whatever. It slips my mind. What's the Sky Vector? Skyvector.com. By the way, have you talked to Casey Cadwell lately, Gringo?
I see him on our chat. He joined our Ugly Raptors and stuff. So
Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, I was going to talk to him about a potential frame and see if he had something laying around that I could maybe buy off of him. So anyways, let's talk a little bit about airspace. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen. There we go. You guys see that? Are we, we're good? Okay.
That area.
So let's look at this closely. So let's talk about the Salton Sea Fly-In for a little bit, right? Now that is coming up February. Is it the first week of February?
Yeah.
Yes.
First
February 4th.
weekend of February, a little over a month away.
Okay. I like
That's in California.
Oh yeah, California. Yeah. So we're actually going to look at that place. Okay, so if you can see, can you guys see my mouse?
Yeah.
Are you going this year, Robert?
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
And I will be there too, Sean. So you better come.
Yeah,
I am planning on coming, so I will be able to meet Robert. That will be a video in and of itself.
That's right.
Are you guys
get to
driving
fly
or
with
flying?
Yeah.
I'm driving all the way down.
Wow.
I'm bringing the paracamper and 3 motors and possibly Sean if he can find a way to get there. And
yeah,
just throw him in the back.
I live in Illinois. Do I need a passport to come to California?
Yeah.
It is northern Tijuana.
It's a little different there, I think.
Yeah. Yep. It's not done yet. I guess I should have just told you. So JP Tulo said, I thought you had a frame from PBG Smoke or something. Yeah, and it's just not done yet. So we will be getting one soon. PBG Smoke is working on it. It's just taking a little longer than he thought. Okay, let's zoom in on the area where we're going to be flying. So if you notice, there's all kinds of airspace around here. So you've got these magenta lines indicate military operations. These little hash marks, see? And then you've got restricted air, and you've got all kinds of stuff going on now. This is where we fly right here. Come on, get big. There we go, right there. So there you can see the little campground there. So you can't go too far south because you end up in restricted airspace. You've got Borrego Valley Airport, so in Borrego Springs, and then north, you've got this, I don't even know how to say this, Cochrane Regional. And so you can see these lines. So maybe somebody who is really good at airspace can feel free to jump in and talk about what's going on here. We've got obviously there is some hang gliding or glider activity on the that would be the uh, west, or I'm sorry, east side of the I think, which I didn't know that there was glider operations over there. So maybe sailplanes. Um, so when you go looking for your flying places, and I know Harley had to really look closely at this when he left from San Diego. Look at how busy it is where we fly. And this is where I spend almost all of my flying, right here where this little H is. But look at how busy it is. It's insane. We got parachute operations here. You got parachute operations here and here, Brown Field. And then sometimes we fly in this area. But you can see, again, military, you've got the southern border. And a lot of this stuff is complicated. You know, you're trying to figure out, okay, well, how high can I fly? What's the maximum altitude? What's the minimum altitude? And it's just a lot going on. Okay, so back to the Salton Sea flight. First week February, we usually launch somewhere, we camp somewhere right here on the beach. I could probably pull up a better like drawing. And then anyways, we go flying into these mountains over here. And absolutely amazing. I didn't realize this little point, military airspace. So next time this coming up this year, I'm going to find out exactly where this is and make sure that we stay outside of that. I didn't know that was there last time.
So
I actually didn't even check airspace.
you can fly in the MOAs, the military operating areas.
Mm-hmm.
They're marked on the sectionals to warn you that there may be lower and faster aircraft in operations.
Interesting.
But if you do check the
NOTAMs?
it's not necessarily NOTAM, but a chart supplement, I think, is the newest reference to the terminology. If you check the chart supplement for that, it'll tell you certain hours or where to find when that is. Also, oh, you stopped sharing.
That's okay. I'll share it again.
The other section there is indicating that there's a national park. The blue line with the blue dots that like crosses through right where you're.
Okay. Yeah.
Is indicating some sort of a state or national park of sorts. And I may be wrong, but that would also be in the, oh no, it's the Borrego State Park. See, so that's what those marks are indicating there. But you're safe to fly into those areas as long as you're, checking when those operations may be. They may not be for months on end, or they could be every day.
Right. It gets pretty busy down here.
So
in El
see
Centro.
the restricted are 2510A and 2510A/B is where you would find those in the chart supplement. It would explain what they're referring to as those.
Interesting.
Because the magenta and the blue are both indicating military operating areas, but they might be under different circumstances between them.
Got it. Yeah,
Generally, what they're saying is there may be aircraft flying below altitude at above 250 known indicated airspeed or knots indicated airspeed.
So this restricted area is pretty massive. What's the and I don't have much experience with this. What is your, when it says restricted, you can't necessarily, oh, I see. It says C notams or supplement for class D.
Yeah, see the notams or supplements for the Class D effective hours.
Got it.
So it means that there may be, as far as what the, how they explain it is, there may be operating in that area, but it doesn't mean that it's a daily occurrence.
Got it.
And so that's what the R2510A/B and 2510A is. That's so you can find it on a chart supplement. If you were to scroll out, you may be able to see it off to the left. There'll be a whole list. I'm not sure if Sky Vector works the same way, but it should as a physical paper chart. You should be able to see it off to the left, like going up and down that entire thing. It's a little harder, but I'm not sure what the chat is saying, but there may be an easier way to find it on Sky Vector. I mean, on a physical sectional chart, it's obviously you just take the last fold, but it's really just a warning. It's not you cannot do this.
Right. Got it. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. Cause I'm not sure how far we flew down, but we flew down this whole beach and coastline of the Salton Sea. By the way, the Salton Sea is pretty nasty water. Just giving you a heads up. If you were thinking about.
Smells good, right?
It smells a little bit.
Smells a little funky. They tell you can only eat, what is it, 3 fish in a week? Isn't that what they say? There's like rules about how many fish you can eat because they're toxic.
That might be too many, actually.
Yeah. That might kill you.
So, real quick, since you're on Salton Sea, if you look to the right there, to the east, it says Bombay Beach. That's where you see probably Tucker got some of his videos where he landed out. So you can fly in some of those areas. Some people go up high to cross the lake. Others will go all the way around it. But Bombay Beach and there's some other areas. Slab City is a pretty cool site. If you get out to Salton Sea, you got a little extra time, some fuel, whatever, go check it out because it's like an abandoned cities. That Salton Sea used to go off and was very nice resort in the 50s. And then because of the agriculture and all the cutoff of the water, the sea got polluted with fertilizer and so forth. So anyway, that's his kind of mild.
Yeah, there's a cool documentary on it I watched.
I went directly to the internet, straight to the source, and the internet never lies. They talked about it being a big tourist place that it just didn't really take off very well, and it just kind of poo-pooed and petered out to literally poo-pooed and petered out.
You can buy property. You can buy like an acre for $3,000.
I saw pictures where they had like old like buildings and stuff where it was like, just like old dilapidated buildings where they just rotted away just there, like skeletons of buildings. Like that's pretty wild.
It's a trip because when you're on the beach getting ready to take off, you look at your whatever app you're using, you look at your altitude, you're negative like 320 feet or something like that. So we're a little below sea level.
So I bet that's a different experience altogether from like out here where I'm from, Ohio,
So when you come though, it's cheap. You can, sorry, Craig. When you come though, it's cheap. You can just camp out there. Real quick shout out to my brother Michael Dunn. He's in the chat. He's watching. Nice. He just texted me. He says hello, Robert.
Nice. What's up, Mike?
Mike came out last year with me, and
we had a blast.
He just hung out and watched and stuff like that. So to get him in the air on a trike or something.
Yeah, we need to get him on a tandem this next one next year.
Yeah.
This year. Next year. A few hours from now it'll be next year.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Put that thing away. 2020. Put that to rest.
2020 will be our hindsight finally.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
That's right. Put that back behind us. Resurgence PPG's in the chat. What's up,
Yep.
man? He asked if there's checkpoints on the highways when entering California. It is a different world. Yeah, there are. And it's not, they pretend like it's because they're worried about illegal immigration, but it's not. They want to go through your crap. I want to see what you got. They see your license plate, you're from out of town, they're like, pull over. I want to talk to you. I'm gonna save my comments right now because otherwise I'll get demonetized. Woo!
So they're
Censorship.
gonna check me when I come into your state. They're gonna want to check my trailer and see I'm not carrying anything illegal or what.
Who knows? Just don't stop. That's my advice. Just go. Just keep going.
Hide the guns.
Yep. That's right. Class A airspace. Who needs oxygen?
Thought that was the only thing they let you bring in is the guns.
Yeah, but it has to come from the border. Can't bring it from. Can't be American made.
Well, Springfield Armory.
Yeah, no Springfield Armory.
Oh, so I got to bring the Israeli guns in, and they'll be okay.
Yeah, it should be fine. I'm just looking at the chat here. So many awesome people in here tonight. How many people are watching?
Yeah, let's send out a big thank you to all of our loyal fans and followers that have watched the show for years, literally.
It's like 61 watching right now.
61.
Yeah.
Poor souls. They don't have nothing going on. They're going to watch this show. Yeah. So I did want to talk more about airspace, but I think let's shift gears. I want to take some questions from the chat. If you've got something that you keep on getting skipped or something that's not on topic, it doesn't have to be specific. So maybe you got some questions about motors or something like that. So I'll kick it off by asking this question. You guys can chime in, and maybe if you're in the chat and you have answers, please feel free. I want to talk about the pros and cons of the Moster 185. I'm considering buying that motor. And my first question is, does it come, if you just buy a raw motor by itself, does it come with a throttle or you got to buy that separate?
Nope, you just get the motor.
Just the motor itself.
No motor, no prop.
And no tank, right?
Nope.
I didn't even think about that.
The tank and the throttle are something you always have to buy, and the tank is always specific to the frame you're using.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of times the frame will have the tank. So the 5 elements are your motor, your frame, your throttle, your prop, and your harness. If you're going to buy them all a la carte.
Okay.
I will say a lot of frames these days come with the tank and your harness with them. Like you order a frame, they usually give you a choice of harnesses. But it seems like no one gives you a throttle. Like when you buy them kits, if they sell it with as a kit form like that, they let you pick the throttle because everybody has their own preference as far as what throttle they like.
Got it.
And there's got to be like 35 or 40 different throttles out there these days.
If you build your own, you could probably do it for. I remember Kevin Can Fly was working on that maybe 9 months ago or so, but a lot of people started putting the math together, and probably around $5,500, $6,000 at the most with a Moster 185. So, if you piece it together, all new parts.
Interesting.
What throttle do you guys use? What's your preference?
Yeah, what's everybody's go-to throttle? I've heard a couple people that are really they're really specific about their throttle. They're like, oh, I hate this one or that one. I don't want to say anybody's thing, but they literally will take it. First thing they do when they get a new motor is they take it off and put their favorite one on.
I've kind of become partial to the older air conception throttle, the all carbon fiber one. I like how thin it is. It's light. It just feels right in your hand. It doesn't get in the way of everything. Because I have the top 80 mini plane I fly, and their throttle's so much larger. It's more like a Polini, and it seems like it's always in my way when I'm grabbing the brake toggles, and it's hard to get on and off. That's always my thing with the throttles. I like a thin throttle. It's easy to hold on to. And the kill switch is easy to get to, but not so easy that you bump it all the time.
The chat is so funny. somebody says David Wolf, the Pliny throttle stinks. Ripman Riding follows it up with Pliny's reliable. It's awesome.
Nice.
Personally, I haven't changed mine, but I do like the Pliny throttle. It's used on most of the training units. I mean, going back to beginner training in school, but the air conception and the Pliny throttle are pretty comfortable grips. I've got a Fly Products frame, so the Fly Products throttle is literally straight up a stick in your hand and a stick in your pinky but I've never bothered taking the time to switch them.
There's a lot like the Fly or the PAP or whatever, just a two-piece of pipe with a pivot point.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a new one in the works. Ray Pierce in the chat. He was part of the Harley Milne's ground crew and kind of led the ground crew. When they were here, we received the throttle that I believe he used for the trip. So it's the new throttle. He writes in here, the new throttle that Off-Grid Aviation is building will be the best in my opinion. So it's got a nice fine tuning, cruise control. Everything looks really solid on it. So it looks like it may be similar to the Polini throttle, but a little bit more on steroids.
Cruise control would be great.
Really?
Yeah, cruise control is a nice option to have. Trust me.
Yeah, because I thought about that right away. As soon as this last flight, what was that? Is that a Polini? What was I flying? That's a.
You're flying a top 80 like I have. That doesn't have the cruise on them, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, but what was what's the motor and
Who's when you flew David Northrop?
Yeah, that's a mini plane, right?
Yeah, it's a mini plane. They make their own throttle, but it's a lot like a Polini. They just don't have an option for a cruise control. I've been trying to figure out how to put one on there, and there's no real easy way to do it.
Shane said PAP has cruise control. I don't know what that is.
PAP.
Yeah, PAPs have cruise.
PAP smear.
I don't know.
Huh?
Okay, I'm gonna look into that.
I was never really finicky on throttles. As long as it worked and it stayed out of the way, I'm a happy camper. I don't have a preference of one or another. As long as it does what it's supposed to do, I don't care, you know?
My first one that I had was a Blackhawk, and those things are made out of metal. You can run over them with the truck, but they're so big and they're so heavy that they wear you out.
All those things were was a bike, like a BMX bike brake on a piece of aluminum tubing. I mean,
but it was heavy duty. I mean, that thing was built like a tank. Now I've got a Polini now. You said it was big. I love my Polini because it's so much smaller.
Yeah, I liked the mini plane throttle. I got used to it right away. But yeah, I want to make sure I put my feelers out there. The other thing I wanted to ask about was the harnesses. So I did. It seems like a really nice setup. I just watched Kyle O's video, and he had the Dudek comfort power seat.
power seat.
Comfort seat. And that looked like that was the ticket. And I think seems like they're pretty reliable on their harness stuff. So I was considering that, and maybe you guys can give me some feedback on what your thoughts are with a harness. And does it matter? Does it have to be specific to a frame, kind of like the motor, or do you think that there's some versatility?
No, most of the harnesses you can get either one, because I'm actually looking at a motor to have a choice between the Sup Air or the Dudek harness. And I run a Sup Air, which is what Air Conception uses, and I find them very comfortable. I like the Dudek; it's really comfortable, but I find the padding on it so much thicker. You have all this extra harness in the way.
And you'll notice some of the websites will offer high hang point or low hang point. It seems like everybody's 90% maybe is going towards, low hang point. Also, I thought I heard that SUP Air harnesses were manufactured by the Dudek. I don't know. Somebody can correct me
interesting
on that.
Ripman says Dudek comfort seat, hands down, best harness out there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Okay, good deal. So SUP Air and Dudek.
Yeah, I learned on the APCO split leg, which was fantastic when you're learning because it's real easy to get into the harness after takeoff. But for longevity, for comfort, yeah, the Dudek is very comfortable.
Oh, Winnemucca paraglider. He said, wow, I just got notice you guys were on 29 minutes later. YouTube. Watch, we'll probably get a flood of people coming on now.
He has been.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Mom. Glad you made it.
Hey, dude. What's up, dude?
What's up?
About time you got me on here. It's New Year's Eve. I'm like, I've
That's
been
it.
on chat going, hello.
It's all right. I'm going to mute her. There we go. Oh, just got.
She knows she's
way
got
better.
it down. She's got it figured out, Robert. Gotta watch her now.
Hey, that's you guys that taught her how to unmute herself.
Wasn't me.
Right, man.
I didn't do it. I just taught her how to use a computer.
Yeah.
Right. I got
I'm definitely blaming
Robert,
Nick.
I got my buddy system here, okay? So,
Yeah.
Yeah. mhm.
Well, Robert, for the right price, because she's never paid for her service,
Yeah.
you could always have her computer turned off.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, man, Nick.
It's like, oh, lost connection. What a shame.
Just takes about 10 seconds from this end.
Yeah, what happened? I'm not sure what happened. Lost connection. Oh, by the way, I think Sean wants to get off of work. Let's spin the wheel, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about it? How about
Yes,
it?
let's spin this
Hey,
wheel
real
here.
quick, while he's setting that up, I just want to make a comment here. Glenn Tussing's in the chat, and I don't know if you guys
yeah.
saw his latest video. It was pretty cool. He proposed to his girlfriend, so
What?
congratulations, Glenn.
No kidding.
And she said yes. She said yes,
Yeah.
Nice. And he
Awesome.
recorded it.
and he recorded it.
That's pretty cool.
Heck yeah. Here we go. All right, you ready, y'all?
New Year's Eve extravaganza.
Look at
This
this.
spin of the wheel is brought to you by Nebraska PPG. Josh Bowden runs a school in Nebraska, and if you're interested in getting some top-notch training, sign up with Josh and his team today. There's a link in the description. Also, this show is brought to you by the Tri-State Skywalkers. If you're in the Indiana, Kentucky, or Ohio area, you can reach out to Brandon McLeod. Joining a flying club is going to help you to grow in the sport and make you a safer pilot. If you're interested in joining the Tri-State Skywalkers, follow the link in the description. Also, this show is brought to you by iFly Indiana powered paragliding. If you're interested in flying paramotors, no better place to get the proper training than iflyindiana.com. Kevin and his team will get your feet off the ground. That's iflyindiana.com.
All
Wasn't
right.
that crazy that I won the prop off of Paramotor Nation?
Yeah.
One less thing you got to buy now, man. All you do is buy a motor and harness.
Yeah,
And you
motor
broke the
harness.
internet.
I do have to get a frame, a temporary frame, because my goal is to get enough stuff to be able to fly at the Salton Sea Flying.
Heck
You better
yeah.
be able to fly there. If not, I'm gonna let you use my top 80.
Well, yeah. No, now, Josh said that he would let me use the stuff, but my goal, I'm making it a goal to have it all put together by February. So I've been
Heck yeah.
coordinating with Josh.
Better get to ordering, man. It takes
Oh.
time to get that stuff.
I think
Ooh.
man, things moving. Slow days.
Ooh.
I can't even see it.
Ooh.
Yeah, slow days. Nope.
I don't
Maybe
know.
flying flamingo.
Ooh.
No.
Still going.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Flying flamingo, Jay. Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Flying Flamingo.
That was great. Flying Flamingo, Jade Lear.
Jay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Jade. Okay. So Flying Flamenco, Jade Lear, please reach out to me through the website, paraglidingtalk.com. Go to the website and then fill out the contact form. Tell me what size shirt you wear and I will send you out a paraglidingtalk.com t-shirt. Oh,
Yeah.
you need one because they are amazing. Yes. So t-shirt. I'm gonna write that down.
Well, I mean,
Wasn't
Robert,
she
we look
on-
so much alike.
Wasn't she she came on the after show the other night?
Did?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
That was
so.
a fun show too. Oh, that's
Oh,
right. You had
yeah.
to leave early, Robert. So,
Out of control.
John, we stayed on till like it was like midnight.
Yeah, you guys
We were
You guys
just
are-
like hanging out.
party animals, I say.
I'm telling
Party
you.
animals.
Hey,
Have long after shows.
I'm not
Yeah.
dead yet. You know, it's like. There you
I
go.
will notify the Sun City Old Folks Enforcement Department. They will come in a golf cart to your front door and tell you to quiet down. 9 o'clock.
Oh, please.
Yeah, you need to turn the lights off. Actually,
Will they have like marijuana with them? So, like
Yeah, they're gonna
that.
make you smoke so much marijuana you go to sleep.
I know.
they will. There'll be this old. He'll be an old white-haired grandpa guy with a
know.
cowboy hat
I
on a
know.
golf cart, and he'll come driving by in the front of the house. 8:45, giving you the look like you better go inside. 9 o'clock. It's almost 9. Retirement community. You can't even live in there. They're serious, dude. Like you can't even live in there unless you're 55 or older.
That's right.
Like a bunch of youngsters came over. I come to see my mom, and they all know. The whole neighborhood knows. Like a
Yep.
bunch of youngsters came over to lend us.
I just sit out on the front yard with my rifle. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. You don't have a rifle,
On another
Mom.
note, yeah.
Just imagine, Robert, you get a motor, you can go over there and fly to her place and really freak them out.
It's pretty close to Luke Air Force Base, so I'm gonna check
It
that.
is. I love my
airspace
little boys
rules.
flying over my house. I hear them every morning at 7 o'clock sharp.
Yeah.
You might just have to stay really, really low.
They do. They're loud. Yeah.
So let's go back to the my idea, the thought that I had. So if you guys don't know, Ryan Roberts is creating a titanium frame, and I don't know how much he wants me to share about what's happening with this right now, but he's creating this very reasonably priced titanium frame, but it's just taking a little longer than he thought to get one. So he was going to get me one, and I was going to do some advertising for him or whatever. So he's going to give me a good deal. That's kind of there's been a hold up with that, probably COVID involved and stuff like that. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to get a Moster 180, 185, just the motor. I'm going to buy a that off-grid aviation throttle. I need to get a temporary frame that will work with the Moster 185 that I can potentially strap a motor on temporarily until that frame is done. And then I need to get, obviously I need to have a gas tank, and then the Dudek power seat, the new Dudek power seat that looks pretty nice. And it sounds like there's some good feedback. I'll tell you my thought and why I wanted to go with the Moster 185, and then you guys maybe talk about pros and cons, especially you guys that know. Now I've flown both the Atom 80, and then I flew the Moster 185. I'm very pleased with the Moster 185, and because of the power, I could literally hit the gas and almost go straight up. And then I liked that I could cruise around at quarter speed and still be gaining altitude. And I like that idea of efficiency. So, because I'm coming from the free flight world, the only drawbacks I can see would be weight might be a factor. It's going to be a little bit heavier. Does anybody know the difference in the weight between the two motors, just the motors themselves?
Well, I know the Atom 80 is lighter, but really the amount of time that you're dealing with the weight is when you're walking with the motor. Other than that, you're not really dealing with the weight. The the glider is holding the weight. Is as soon as you go, that's how you know when you're launching, is when the weight comes off your shoulders, it starts to lift.
Yeah.
You can feel that. And so I mean it's kind of trivial, kind of not. I mean, in my opinion, it's better. There's never been a person that says, man, I wish I had less power.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get into a situation where you need that power, you need to raise altitude or something, you want to be able to have that option, and if the motor is giving you the comfort of that kind of performance that you're looking for, when you squeeze that button, you want to go up, you want something that's going to get you up. Yeah.
Ripman Riding says 8 pounds difference. So if you can handle that on your back for a couple minutes or whatever, then great. Plus, you remember you're also dealing with probably a little more torque, but a lot more torque. But I'm sure they're compensated. The frames and swing arms are compensated for it. So.
Okay, so that's another part of the conversation, right? So I need to consider that if I'm going to get a temporary frame, it's got to be able to work with that, right? So, yeah, I've got some homework to do for sure.
Usually,
if you get a frame that's set up for the Moster 185, it's going to deal with the torque of the 185.
Yeah.
From what I understand, a lot of these manufacturers are building the frames to where there's like a mount for a specific type of motor, and the way that the mounting bracket's set, depending on the engine.
Todd Scander says you need to come eat some barbecue with him to put on some ballast.
Yeah,
wing loading is a thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'd say it boils down to comfort. Whatever you're most comfortable with. You've flown both of them. From your experience, what were you more happier with?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was more happy with the Most 185. Just I like the if you're gonna have power, let's roll with the power, right?
Hey, real quick, here's a really good point. So Clark Kent's in the chat, and he's one of our ugly rappers.
What's up, Randy?
He was flying the top 80 for years, and he just upgraded. So he's got both now. He's got the Parajet Maverick with the 185. And his comment is, and we walk from the parking lot to the RC field at Little Black. And that's 350 feet, 400 feet, something like that. He walked his 185 out to the Little Black launch for the first time. Didn't notice that much difference from the top 80.
Okay, nice. Like that. Well, I like that, Clark, that Randy, that you stepped it up to the 185. Cool. Very cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, man, getting close to getting a motor. With the setup for the harness, how much consideration did you guys make for reserves? Because I'm gonna fly with a reserve, mainly because I can see the acro thing becoming available. Most of the time we go fly blossom and you can't get up very high and you're desperate for every inch of altitude that you have. So you don't dare fling some wing overs until the very end of the day. And those days come probably about 4 or 5 a year where you're able to just go and throw away altitude. I may be more than that, but I'm just being facetious. What do you guys look for in a harness does it matter? Is everybody just doing something that's in your lap?
I prefer the under seat, side to seat mounted reserve.
And
if you're gonna do acro, get that and a lap mounted reserve. So you have 2 reserves. So if you're just flying around, you always have a reserve on you on the seat.
Yeah.
If you're gonna throw down and do some heavy acro, strap on the front mount. Then you got a spare.
Like that.
I mean, look what happened to Woody.
I don't know. I don't know acro. I just fly. I'm just happy to be up in the sky doing something that most people either dream of or aspire to dream of. or just don't want anything to do with it because it just creeps them out to be like 5 feet off the ground, which, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Texting me.
So remember, you're adding, another 5, 6, 7 pounds of weight. I added mine. I didn't really notice a whole lot of difference. What is that? A little less than a gallon of fuel as far as the weight. I had mine originally to set up for lap mounted.
Oh, you did?
But I ended up buying the new glider sports one and mounted it on the side. So now I don't have to really worry about it or think about it. If you do lap, you're kind of clipping in each time. So, I just want to set it and forget it.
Is it obnoxious when it's on your lap? I mean, because I'm used to having an instrument panel in front of me. It doesn't faze me at all.
Yeah, it's funny because when I bought mine, I had it's packed in a center mounted reserve, and I bought the flight deck that zips onto it, but I never used the reserve. So I always use the flight deck. And that's like, it's crazy because it's like, $50, $60, $70. It's like a really expensive fanny pack, So I still use the flight deck, but I went to the side mounted on a different reserve.
So
that's not bad when you figure out a flight deck costs you almost $100 anyway.
Yeah. What's your so is this Dudek power seat come with a slot for reserves, or do I need to consider that?
Some of them, they usually come with maybe 1 or 2 pockets on the sides. So whatever side you mount your reserve on, you'll have an extra pocket on the other side.
Yeah, I don't know about the Dudek, but with like the Sup Air, the way they do it, you have a pocket left and right, and they zip in. You actually unzip whatever side you want to put the reserve in. You unzip the pocket, and you put the reserve holder in there, and then run your bridles.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
Which makes it nice also because you could actually move it. If you had 2 paramotors with the same seat, you could actually unzip the reserve and move it and the bridle from one to the other without an issue.
Let's, for the sake of the conversation, say some miraculously, I end up with $2,000 more and I buy a Parajet Maverick. Does that come with a slot for a reserve?
You has the space there. You have to buy the reserve pocket, the reserve holder that goes in there. And then you have to buy the reserve itself.
That's with the Maverick setup. What is the Maverick?
So let me add to that, Robert, real quick.
Yeah.
So that's a good question. So Clark Kent has that same setup, and he mentioned that it does come with a pocket. I believe it's 1 pocket. On the other side, again, depending on which side you're going to mount your reserve on, you can, like Nick was saying, you can unzip that pocket and put it on the opposite side that your reserve is. So when you order your reserve, like I did, I got mine, that Gravity one, that when they had a sale going on for whatever, $500, mine came already packed in a, I think you have the option when you order it, side mounted or center mounted. And I said side mount, and I don't know if I mentioned what side, but it came in the setup. So all I had to do was put, actually mine was folded, had the handle and all that, but my Dudek harness already came with 1 as a pocket, and on the other side, it came with the handle and the 4 side strap, so I can finish it off and put it in there, I guess. I don't know if that's making it.
And what is your motor setup?
Mine's a Power to Fly RS with the Mosa 185 and the Dudek harness.
Okay. Resurgence PVG says, sounds like Robert's getting a stimulus check. Yes, I am. I really hope so anyways. I got burned on unemployment. I had literally needed unemployment right when the whole COVID thing hit, and they were overwhelmed with phone calls and all this stuff. My paperwork got kicked to the curb. It wouldn't let me log in on the computer, and I literally got burned. I was off for a month, and I did not get any of the kickback. Really disappointing. Had to send certified letters, and found out that you can send certified letters to the state. They do not care. They just literally throw it away. Does not matter. It's like, wow, okay. Glad I can rely on you guys to cover me. Yeah. But anyways, all is well right now. Very well. Craig Taylor, are they still blowing off fireworks back there?
Just stopped the round, so if I'm quick, I might make it.
Yeah.
Artillery fire. Resurgence PPG is a 501c3 nonprofit for veterans by veterans. Please do what you can to give these guys some support. It means so much to so many, including the families. Also, it is New Year's Eve. It's the last chance to make a tax deductible donation.
Oh, good point. Good point.
So check out resurgenceppg.com. Donate if you can't. Smile.amazon. You can select as a charity of choice. This Christmas, people must have switched their charities because I think that Amazon gave back about $1,600 since November.
Wow.
Which was fantastic to see that notification.
Wow.
Great job, guys. That's fantastic. I know that Todd and all those nominees are stoked for that. Also, if you do know anybody that can benefit from it, please visit resurgenceppg.com and hit nominate. Check your NOTAMs in airspace.
Check your NOTAMs. Yeah, you got through that whole section, not a single explosion.
I tell you, I think that's coming. I just heard something happen.
Yeah. It's like World War II back there.
They're reloading.
Yeah, he said that there's like neighbors competing with fireworks.
Oh no.
We get the same thing going on here.
It's not even midnight
nice.
yet. Wait till midnight. It's gonna get
Yeah.
really crazy.
See, I've got a front mount reserve, but I need to repack it, and I need to figure out how to mount the dang thing. Other than that, I got one. I just haven't used it. I've never used it. Never. I know I need to repack it. It's just I know it's kind of a pain. You gotta drag it all out and foof it and let it sit, and do air things, and then stretch it back out and fold it all up really nicely.
I want to mention two more sponsors real quick. Lone Star Paramotor. Go to lonestarparamotor.com. If you're in the state of Texas, you can get some training there. lonestarparamotor.com. Also, the show is brought to you by Torrey Pines Glider Port. So go check out their website. It is flytorrey.com. Really excited about what's happening. Really excited about the next level. Craig Taylor mentioned something just before the show that the guys from One Up Paragliding and are paramotoring, also paramotorprops.com. They are teaming up with the guys from Fly My PPG and doing some training. What was that? What was going on with that, Craig?
Hey, am I muted? They have a joint training session happening for beginners in Wauchula, January 20. Sorry, I forget the dates offhand. January 23rd through the 31st, February 20th through the 28th, and March 20th through the 28th. What a fantastic opportunity to get with One Up Adventures and the guys from Fly My PPG. It's a great opportunity, but they have slots available if anybody is para-wishing still for training. Reach out to info@oneupadventures.com. See what can work for you.
oneupadventures.com. Yeah, that's their other website. I don't know if they... Yeah, that's awesome, man. So anyways, we're going to real quick. Did we miss any questions that were asked? I know we kind of steamrolled over a bunch of stuff.
No, not a whole lot of questions in the chat. I don't see Jim CR120 in there, so it's a little quiet.
I heard he was on another show recently. What show was that?
Clear Prop.
Oh, Clear
TV.
Prop. Clear Prop
It
TV,
was
is that what it's called?
So much Clear Prop TV. Yeah.
That's Mom's show. Did you
Yes,
guys
it
know
is.
that?
It is my show.
Mom has her own show now.
I do.
You know
It's so fun.
You know what's funny too is a lot of Jim's questions I think I answered as soon as he got training.
Yeah.
I told Robert, I told you, you need to plan. You need to get Jim and Morgan on your show.
I agree.
Seriously, those two guys are so awesome.
Yeah, hopefully he's
Morgan,
not too cool for us now.
His son is like the coolest guy ever.
He's
gave
flying
us
now.
a lot of good info. He was just so friendly and everything. So, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Robert, I could have sworn that I saw some cheese on your face after you did your first paramotor flight. But Jim, let me tell you what, Jim, his cheeks have to hurt today.
I know.
From when because dude, he smiled for like an hour nonstop to the point where his cheeks were red and just burning. And it was like, wow, that's serious cheese. He's definitely hooked. It's awesome. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him and his son.
It's pretty addicting.
Yeah. Great people there, Robert. Great people.
Pretty addicting.
All his questions in the future will in the chat will come in the form of a statement.
Yeah.
Like Craig said, he's got all his questions answered.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome.
They were cool. Awesome. Yes. So ClearProp TV on Monday night. We have another really cool guest coming on there. So yeah, it's great. I got a good team going, and I'm always like prospecting. Oh, what can we have on next week?
Prospecting.
Yes.
Yeah, Mom's
And
always sending
I throw
people.
ideas out at Robert here and there, but I know how Robert runs his show, a little different. He'll be like, okay, thanks, Mom.
You calling me out in front of everybody, huh, Mom?
I know.
Just busting me out
I'm
there.
like, it's okay. It's okay. You do your thing. I just throw out ideas because I'm the PR, Robert.
Dang it.
I
I was
just throw
trying
it
to
out there, and
get
then
Kelby Cox. I was trying to get his somebody get his email.
I got
for
it.
the after show. Oh,
I
you
got it.
Perfect.
Put it in the
Well, I tried to get Greg Anthony Harris to jump on, but he's with family tonight. So just letting you know, Robert.
Yeah, I didn't expect 60 something people to be on like New Year's, and I didn't think there was going to be 100 people on Christmas Eve.
That's the loyal followers. I was telling you, Robert.
No,
We got people that follow
not.
the show. They love the show. They come
And I
in
love
here
that.
just to see
I know
you, man.
they say they love the show, but reality is they're completely addicted to flying. That's what's going on. And this is just a way
It's
to
a
be like,
sickness.
well, I can't fly, so I'm going to talk about flying. And if I can't do that, well, I can go online and talk about paragliding. And if I can't even really talk to somebody face to face through the chat, I'll do it through the chat
Yeah.
and talk about flying.
Yeah. There you go.
We're
how we
all
do it.
desperately
That was a
addicted.
great show last week.
That was out of control, actually. This is like $470 in the super chat for the motor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's awesome,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. The conversation about getting a motor became real after that. I was like, oh, wow. Now let's see. I could actually just buy a motor, get some duct tape. I can make something.
Where are all my children tonight? My grandchildren.
They're actually the neighbor kids. So
This is
our
like the pre-show tonight, so we're just kind of.
yeah. This is just the warm up for the long after show.
Mm.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to be a part of the after show,
New Year.
we're gonna turn this thing off in just a second. But if you want to join us, just mention in the chat right now. I'll leave the chat rolling for just a few more minutes. If you want to jump on, you're welcome to. And so just put your email, whatever your email address is, and that's where I'll send out the invite.
Yeah. Walter already had his New Year's. So.
Yeah, I would ask him. We'll have to talk to him and ask him if 2021's worth it. Should we even bother?
I know, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Is he on chat? Because I missed that tonight. I think I said hi to him. I'm not sure because I get confused.
I know what the meme is now. The meme is now is like now that 2020 is about to reach drinking age. Watch out.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that kind of scared me actually. But it literally sent a little shiver, and I was like, They were like, "Oh, new strain of coronavirus is in San Diego." I'm like, "Oh, great.
I
That's
know.
marvelous."
It's everywhere.
Welcome to 2021.
Yeah, 2021, where it really kills you, not
Yeah.
just sniffles.
Just
Yeah.
send me my stimulus check and I'm good.
Yeah.
Stimulus? Stimulus? Is that how you say it? Something?
you-
Yeah. send me my check.
Stimulus.
Well, there's going to be stimulus, but I don't think it's going to be what everybody thinks it's going to be.
Exactly, Nick. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching the show. Again, I'll leave this rolling here for a little bit if you want to jump on the after show. Thank you guys for what you do. Moderators, if you got a tool next to your name, you're special. Thank you for what you do and what you've done over the year. 2020 is in the bag.
Yay.
And we've got some big
Hey,
things
Robert,
coming up.
some people in the chat like Chad B want to thank you for another great year of hosting the show. You did a fantastic job, man. Keep it going. Stronger than ever.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, chatters.
Appreciate you guys.
I love my chatters.
We appreciate it too.
Yeah.
love my
Happy New
chatters.
Year's to you guys.
Yeah.
We'll hang out for a while. So if you guys want to jump on, just shoot me a message, or maybe you just want to text me or whatever. I'll send you an invite. And check your emails. I already sent out a few invites. So happy New Year.
Am I staying right here or I have to get
Yeah, you don't have to do
off and I have
anything,
to get
Mom.
back on again?
Yeah, you have to get off and get back on again, Linda.
Yeah, you have
No,
to sign
It
off.
works
and
better
get
that
back
way.
on again. You have to go
Don't
outside
do
the house and you have to run around your car and then come back in and then flush the toilet and turn the faucet on.
Because I'm clear prop, I have to like turn it off and then I have to get back onto the other page. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave you.
Great night. Okay, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. If I don't see you on the air, I'll see you in the air. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
Woo! Happy New Year!
Woo!
Woo! Much happy!